Hello fellow gardeners, and welcome back to the Humus Heritage. I'm absolutely thrilled to share something with you today that has completely transformed my gardening experience. My garden doesn't just survive anymore, it absolutely explodes with life, and it's all thanks to a strange, bubbly ferment I brew right in my kitchen. You might think I'm crazy, but this secret sauce taps into an ancient biological power that most gardeners completely overlook. Prepare to have your mind blown and your plants thrive like never before. My garden wasn't always the vibrant paradise you see today. Just 2 years ago, I was struggling with the same frustrating problems that plague so many home gardeners. My tomatoes would start strong, but then wilt mysteriously. My peppers produced tiny, lackluster fruits. My leafy greens looked anemic despite my best efforts with expensive fertilizers and soil amendments. I was spending a fortune on commercial products, following every expert's advice, yet my garden remained stubbornly mediocre. That all changed when I stumbled upon something that looked like a forgotten science experiment in my kitchen. A simple combination of baker's yeast and sugar, left to ferment in water, had created what appeared to be a murky, bubbly mess. Most people would have poured it down the drain, but something made me pause. This wasn't just kitchen waste. This was a microbial powerhouse that would soon become my garden's best friend. The transformation didn't happen overnight, but within weeks of applying this fermented mixture to my garden, I noticed changes that seemed almost magical. Plants that had been struggling suddenly burst with new growth. Root systems became more robust. Disease issues that had plagued my garden for years simply disappeared. This isn't just about feeding plants. It's about unlocking a hidden world beneath the soil that most gardeners never even know exists. Understanding why this yeast-sugar ferment works so brilliantly requires diving into the fascinating world of soil microbiology. When you combine baker's yeast with sugar and water, you're not just creating a simple mixture, you're cultivating a dynamic ecosystem of beneficial microorganisms that will revolutionize your soil's health. The fermentation process begins when yeast cells consume the sugar, producing carbon dioxide, alcohol, and a host of beneficial byproducts including enzymes, vitamins, and natural growth hormones like auxins. But here's where it gets really exciting. The yeast itself is a fungus, and when introduced to your garden soil, it doesn't just disappear. Instead, it promotes what soil scientists call a microbial bloom, a rapid increase in beneficial bacterial and fungal activity that transforms your soil into a living, breathing ecosystem. This microbial powerhouse works at a microscopic level to break down organic matter more efficiently, creating nutrients that are readily available for plant uptake. The beneficial microbes also improve soil structure by creating sticky substances called glomalin and other soil-binding compounds that help create the perfect balance of drainage and water retention. Your soil becomes more porous, allowing roots to penetrate deeper while maintaining the moisture and nutrients plants need to thrive. Perhaps most importantly, this fermented solution introduces biostimulants. These are naturally occurring compounds that, act like growth hormones for plants. These substances stimulate root development, they enhance flowering and fruiting, and, they really boost the plant's natural defense mechanisms against diseases and pests. The fermentation process basically pre-digests nutrients, making them immediately available to plants in a form they can just absorb effortlessly. Brewing your own garden elixir is, honestly, easier than you might think. Creating this powerful garden ferment is surprisingly simple, and chances are, it only requires ingredients you already have in your kitchen. The beauty of this method lies not just in how effective it is, but in its incredible simplicity and cost-effectiveness, especially when you compare it to those expensive commercial fertilizers. The transformation in my garden has been so remarkable that, honestly, I just couldn't keep this secret to myself. This simple, inexpensive ferment has revolutionized not only my plants' health and productivity, but really, my entire approach to gardening. I truly hope you'll give this method a try and experience the same incredible results I've seen. I'd love to hear about your experiences with this fermentation technique, so please drop a comment below sharing your results, questions, or any variations you've tried. If this guide helped transform your garden, I hope you'll consider subscribing to the Humus Heritage channel and sharing this video with fellow gardeners who could benefit from this amazing natural solution. Together, we can build a community of gardeners who understand that the real magic happens in the soil. And, sometimes the most powerful solutions are hiding right in our own kitchens.